Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, or as some people call me, Shib Boy Crypto. Home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We had some technical difficulties earlier with the audio, so I hope it's fine. If we're having problems with the audio, let us know. But my employees here, my staff here, my team, I call them my team, they forced me to wear this ridiculous hat and this ridiculous sash, but I've chosen on my own to wear my Gucci suit. So I do have my grilling today. TJ says I can't wear it the whole stream. What do y'all think? Thumbs up for grill during the stream. Thumbs down for no grill in the stream. We'll see what they say. It is my birthday today. As you can see, we have been reminded all across the board here. Someone said happy birthday. Also, go Braves. Go Braves game 1 in the books. Appreciate all the birthday wishes, guys. I really do sincerely, say it. I said this on my birthday last year. It was the greatest year of my life. This year, even better. And why is my birthday so great? Why is this year so great for me? Because of all the BitSquad, all the support that we have. Appreciate all of you guys 100%. You're why we keep coming back and doing this every single day. So we got to get going, though, on the show. We got to cut off at 12:45 today. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Hey, look at that. We ticked up. 133 million subscribers here on the channel. We a mix of thumbs up and thumbs down. Yeah, Team Scorpio, I like that. 618,000 here on Twitter. Don't forget our crypto meetup sponsored by Cirrus Foundation. Thank you to them for sponsoring it. It will be Friday, November 5th at 6 to 9 p.m. at the Venetian. 316,000 followers on Instagram. 2.7 million on TikTok. And then we got almost 2,800 here on this personal account where I take personal photos. We'll be taking some from the Braves game this week for sure. All right, let's get into the markets here. We got, let's see, 2.47 trillion. We've had quite a bit of a dip today, which we'll look at here. But look at that volume. Volume super high, which I thought the volume had to be super high for the prices to go up. But that is not what we've seen. We've only, Hector Corzo, thank you for that super chat there. But we've seen the volume going up when the prices drop, when the volume has been stable. That is when we've been seeing the prices go up. Bitcoin dominance back to 45%. Have we seen the peak of Bitcoin dominance? Is definitely a possibility. ETH 19.1%. Now, let me tell you why I do think that is. I have to take the hat off. Should I keep wearing the sash?
Sash stays, yeah.
Sash stays. Guys, here's the thing, okay? When it comes to Ethereum is about to take off. When we look here at the price of Ethereum, notice Bitcoin at 59,000, Ethereum holding at $4,000, holding at $4,000. Now it's at 39.92. It's right there on the line. Guys, when Bitcoin just goes back up a little bit, we are going to see prices surge. What was the hardest to say? Don't sell in July, saying I was wrong about my time frame, but we're going to 100K, or will it be saying sell at 100K? It's going to be saying sell at 100K. That's going to be definitely the hardest thing for me to say, because it's going to be a sad moment. People are going to blame us for the top of the market, I'm sure. Do you see that coming?
Potentially, yeah.
Well, I've been thinking about it. Like, should we tell people when we sell?
Yeah, I think so.
Do we do it do we sell and then maybe 2 or 3 days later tell them, or do we tell them like right when we do it? I think what I'm saying is I think it's a no-win situation for us.
You mean if we do it as we do it, you think people are saying we're fudding it, crashing it? Mm-hmm. If we wait, people say, oh, well, we didn't tell them when we sold.
Right, you're lying, you're not telling us. We don't want to have an effect on the market,
right? Which
I don't know if we could have an effect on the Bitcoin market. Now, look, can we affect coins? Obviously, on this channel, in the history of the channel, we have affected coins because we bring up a lot of awareness to different projects. Even some top 20 to 50 projects we've seen movement in after we've done some videos, and no fault of our own. We can't help what people do with their money after they watch our videos. But what I will say is this, we cannot affect the Bitcoin price. Not a lick. We cannot affect the Bitcoin price. But if there is like this big like kind of thing of like, oh, Bitcoin sold his Bitcoin, whatever, it might set off a domino effect and maybe other people start saying it and then it does have an effect. I don't know. I want to know, what do you guys think? You guys want us to tell you right away when we sell? I know they're going to say yes.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's what we're going to do. Whether or not people, blame us for it or not, that's when we'll do it. We're nowhere close, by the way. Still getting comments every time the price dips, like we just did. When are we going to sell? I take the grill up. I like the grill, though.
Yeah.
I could wear it all the time.
All the time, even while you eat?
No, not while I eat. I can't do it.
Yeah.
People are calling me a poor man's Richard Hart.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that in a lot of the.
I've been seeing a lot of those comments in different videos.
Yeah, the Hit Network video recently. There was someone. Oh, you're taking a note out of the Richard Hart's playbook.
I haven't even shown you my Rolex collection yet. Haven't even shown you my Rolex. I don't have a Rolex collection.
That's Frank, the video guy here. One of the big. He's really into watches, and he was saying at the F1 race, he said he's never seen so many nice watches all at once. He said everywhere you look, there was a Rolex. Nice. And then he listed a whole bunch of other ones that I don't even know that are fancy watches.
Well, cool. Well, I'll tell y'all about that. I'll tell you when we sell. I see everybody saying yes, by the way. Should we bring my wife up today?
Sure, if you want.
Come on up, hon. Why don't you guys ask my wife questions on my birthday? Come on, hon. Come on up. She's never been on the show before.
Yeah, make sure. Is there another mic? Or just share the mic, I guess?
Yeah, we'll have to share the mic. Come on up, hon.
Make sure you guys know how to share.
Here's my wife on my birthday. There she is.
Bum-ba-da-ba.
Guys, look. She is, how tall are you?
5'2".
3'8". She's 3'8". 3'8".
5'2".
She's 5'2". There you
go. Hi. What am I supposed to say?
I don't know. You've never been on the show before.
No, I have never been on the show before.
Yeah. What's the wife on the birthday?
Let's ask, what's one thing that's unique about being married to a crypto YouTuber named Ben Armstrong?
I think one of the things that's unique is that everything that he does is just very extra, but I wouldn't really say that that's like special to being a YouTuber. I think that's just Ben.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes life really fun and really interesting.
Are you nervous?
Yes, I am nervous.
I've never seen her nervous before.
Well, I am nervous.
Oh my gosh. They said we're so cute together. Great couple. She's real.
I am real.
Okay, I want to ask you this question. Can we ask this question? Am I a virgin?
What?
They always want to know. They thought you were not real. Can you just confirm?
I'm real. Here I am.
Is that a yes? Or is that a no?
No, you're not a virgin.
Whoa! Boom! Hey, that's a win for crypto nerds everywhere. Okay, they're asking.
Razmataz is asking me for a price prediction on XRP, and the answer to that is you should listen to Ben and not me.
Crob83 wants to
know. Do I have an inside source? Is that a real thing?
Oh, do I ever get jealous of TJ?
Well, I know. I asked you a question.
What?
Do I have an inside source? Is that a real thing?
Yes. And I don't get jealous of TJ. Actually, I'm really grateful for TJ and their partnership and how they work together. So I'm proud of both of them.
How sweet.
Have you gotten to ride it, or have you gotten to drive the Lambo?
I have not driven the Lambo.
Have I offered it to you?
Yes.
Ooh, look at this question.
Yes, I know. What's my favorite Olympic sport? That would be all of them. Whatever is whatever's happening, that's my favorite.
My sister. So does Ben have an actual wife? That's a yes.
You have to talk into
actually
the
my sister. No, we've had my sister on.
They want to know. Well,
what is my worst quality? What's my worst quality?
Your worst quality?
Mm-hmm. That's what they asked.
I don't know. Sometimes he like cleans things a lot.
That's your worst quality. Wow.
Like he rearranges the pantry and then I can't find things. So sure.
Wow. Okay. Did I change for the better or worse when I got the grill?
As just stayed the same.
They say you're very sweet.
Oh.
Thanks. Someone says smell.
So weird.
Yeah, it was really weird. She's a hologram. Does Ben yell at other dads during the kids' baseball games?
No, he doesn't. He has friends and they all stand together in the back. Like I sit at the bleachers and he stands in the back and they pace and mumble to themselves the whole time. It's really fantastic.
Nice.
Does Ben cry?
He does get emotional.
What?
Yeah.
When?
because Ben cares a lot. So things that he really cares about people. So
When's the last
sometimes
time I cried about them? This is news to me.
when Justin had his baby, yeah,
Well, they had a very, it was a very long road for them to have a baby.
yeah, it
I'm
was
very
so
happy
sweet.
for
It was
Brady.
so sweet.
Can Ben dance?
I don't know. He won't take me dancing.
Oh.
Let's go. Spin around. There we go. I did it. Okay. Is Ben on Adderall?
No.
Can Ben cook?
Try to read.
So Ben only knows how to make one thing, which is called ground beef in a bowl, which is where he makes ground beef and puts it in a bowl and puts ketchup on it, and that's how he cooks. So that's the only thing he knows how to cook.
Am I ticklish?
No.
Is that you're putting me on?
All right, one more question.
Okay. Do you really creep in the chat with a burner account?
I really do creep in the chat. So y'all be nice because I'm watching.
Oh, I saw that. Okay, last one. They said, "How did I propose to you?"
He proposed to me at outside. We were working with at a recovery center for teenage boys. So we had those boys who were in the program at the time were there, and he used my mom's engagement ring, and she had passed away a few years before, so it was really sweet. And I didn't know that he had the ring, so I didn't recognize it as hers right away. So it was really fun. It was awesome.
Aw.
And I also, what was I going to say that I also did? I also did something else. What else did I do?
And he planned a surprise engagement party with all my friends and my family. And so while I'm calling all my best friends, telling them I got engaged, they had to pretend they didn't know.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
You have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me.
This might get a little loud, guys. Just warning you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, papacito. Happy birthday to you. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Te lo deseamos a ti. Feliz cumpleaños, papacito. Feliz cumpleaños a ti.
Look at this. Wow.
And many more.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Yeah.
Gracias.
Oh.
Boom. 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 Look at my nice staff. They're all standing over here. Look at these people. You didn't move that. We didn't need that. This is so much. I did not know this was happening. Do I blow him out?
Yo no soy marinero, yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán.
Oh, God.
So stupid.
I know, I was like, shit. I mean, they're still.
When they're done, ay, te pido, por compasión, que se acabe la bamba, que se acabe la bamba, y venga, ay, arriba, y arriba, ay, arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré.
Smash the likes if you were bored. This is so crazy. Yeah, it's really happening. I had no idea this was coming. Woo! my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, thank you, gracias. Gracias. Well, look at that. That's my Spanish, guys. I got it. Wow, that was really something.
That was something.
We got 12,000 viewers, 2,800 likes. That was so fun. This is my staff. My staff did that. I had nothing to do with any of this. All that I had to do was wearing my Gucci suit, which Allison also bought. Well, thank you, everybody, for that. That was magical. I did not know that was happening. I didn't know how they were going to one-up me last year. They just brought me a cake last year. It was a really nice cake. But this year, they really did it. So smash the likes if you guys were born. All right. That was good. That was good. And one of my favorite things that happened during that was someone in the comment section tried to type cringe and they misspelled it. That was my favorite. That was my very favorite part. Thank you all. I love you all. Yeah. We have 30 staff members here, over 30. We love them all. They're very good.
And we love you too. Happy birthday, Ben.
I'm going to blush after TJ said that.
Yeah. Just don't cry.
Honey, we got to talk after the show. All right, let's get into it, guys. Let's go. Charts. What is happening with charts? Bitcoin is dropping like a rock. Now, you know, how the heck is Bitcoin going to drop on my freaking birthday?
Maybe it knew.
Maybe there were powers that be that knew it was my birthday also. They were upset.
Maybe
not. Now, something that was really interesting here on the daily chart for Bitcoin is in the last 2 days, okay? In the last 2 days, they said Beth equals 10 bins. Her name is not Beth, it is Bethany. She cringes at the name Beth, so don't ever shorten it. Now everybody's misspelling cringe. That's pretty funny. Someone tell Bitcoin it's my birthday. Thank you. But guys, here on the chart, I do want to show you guys this. We've had in the last 2 days, right here in the same spot, we've had 2 green dots pop up. 2 green dots pop up, and they both disappeared. So it looks like we're very close. I spell cringe with a K. We're very close to getting the green dot that's going to lead to a rise. Now, here's what I've been watching. I want to show you guys this because this is something that I've really been, trying to look at. Where are we in this cycle? Now, I'll tell you what I was told. What I was told was this. Now, I'll tell you my first reaction to this dump. My first reaction to this dump was that this is XRP setting up to move, that this was actually geared towards XRP. Now, I want to explain why that is, and I will tell you that I was told that this is not accurate. This is not true. But I'll tell you why I thought it. Yesterday, Brian Armstrong, JB says, I'm sorry, Bethany, I must repent. Well, thank you for that. She appreciates the $10 super chats. We will be able to feed the families. What happened is that yesterday Brian Armstrong came out and said all this stuff about Ripple, and we're going to talk about some of that a little bit later, why they could be relisting it soon. This was a dog whistle, okay? Brian Armstrong speaking about XRP and this moving to all kinds of news stories, this was a dog whistle to all the people that know that this is coming. It's time to accumulate XRP right now. This is your last chance, okay? So I thought that could have been what it was. I was told it's not true. Well, what I was told is this, honestly, one of the people I talked to say was surprised it didn't go lower over the weekend because we're going to see several times during this, at least a few times during this remainder of this bull run for the next month or two, we're going to see multiple times where people are, where they're going to push the price down to reaccumulate. Now, you may say, why didn't they just accumulate everything down at the bottom? Well, they have unlimited amounts of money. They choose when they come in. And so what happens is when you have a $10,000 retracement that we've just had, that's a great opportunity to get in and get that rubber band effect as it goes right back to where it was. It's just a way to make extra money. I'm actually 39. I'm not 38. I'm 39. So I got to be real with my date here. Saudi Arabia loves me. Appreciate that, Saudi Arabia. But so looking at the chart here, I was kind of looking at, where we're at right now, how similar this kind of looks to this right here, right? We had a pretty big retracement here. This is when we were retracing and the price went down all the way a dip of 25%, which by the way, here's something very interesting as well. A 25% dip in the first part of this bull run was actually the exact average dip. It was 25%. We got that multiple times if you go back and you look. So where are we at right now? Well, right now, from the top, we're on a dip of about 13.5%, meaning this thing could really go back down to $50,000 and still be in that normal dip pattern that we saw. Now, I don't think we're going to see it go that low. Jeb yesterday on the show was talking about this is an ugly shirt. It's not a shirt, buddy. It's a Gucci jacket. Look at that chest.
Yeah, it's funny the different things people have been calling it.
I wanted to get how down I could take the zipper on this.
That's far enough.
But I don't think we're going to see that. Jeb was talking about we could see it go down to 58,000. You know where it touched 58,000. God, the mariachi band was crazy. That was nuts. I did not see that coming.
I figured.
I thought you were going to give me like a cake. And by the way, just so everybody knows, as y'all see here, I'm not the best blower because I was blowing on the candles.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that was.
Took me 4 tries.
Yeah. I thought you were actually going to accidentally catch your shirt or your prop money was right over the flames.
Well, I didn't want to spit all over the cake. I could have easily blown it, but I was afraid it'd get like too spitty. You know what I mean?
You don't want too much spit when you're blowing.
Yeah, absolutely not. So I want to, respect. People are complaining about people putting their hands in the trail mix. I don't care about it. I don't put my hands in the trail mix. Why? I don't eat trail mix because it's got raisins in it. So, okay, let's go here. Let's look. What are the biggest gainers of the day? We never even covered that. Shiba Inu up 42%. Holy crap.
Yeah, you didn't. Oh, yeah. That's
I
been
didn't
the
know
big
it was that
talk.
high.
Shiba up, everything else down.
Hey, it's because we did a video on Shiba yesterday. That's why. Got to be right. Look at that supply. So insane. Then 1 inch hits a new high today. That's pretty interesting. I remember when it was down around $1. Aave up today, which is pretty good. We're seeing some good movement. Engine coin right now it's not showing, but it's had a good week so far. 25%. Thorchain up 65% for the week. We didn't cover that. Now, but as we get in the top story, I do want to talk about CoinLeague here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, here's CoinLeague pulled up. This is coinleague.com. Now, it runs on Polygon. You guys can see up here, this is my address, 0xAF5E3. It ends with B14. You sank my battleship. But this here is the way to play. Basically, what you do is if you click here on CoinLeague, you guys can see it's got all these different games here. First of all, it shows you how much it is to play. So this one costs 5 to play. What's that?
5 Matic.
5 Matic. This is Matic, Polygon. It shows whether it's a bull or bear game. A bull game, you're betting what coins go up. A bear game, you're betting which coins go down. Okay? It shows you what level it is, a beginner or an intermediate. Shows you how many entries there are. 1 of 2, 1 of 3, 1 of 3. So this is a 3-person game. This is a 10-person game here. This one is a 3 out of 5 game here.
And just real quick, the general premise is almost like fantasy sports for crypto. So it's like DraftKings or FanDuel, just like you pick your top 5 or 10 players, you build a little roster. Same kind of thing with these coins. You'll pick, like you said, the bullish games, you'll pick the 5 or 10 that you think are going to increase most in the whatever time frame, and you can pick the different time frames. So it's really cool.
So this is a 1-hour game. So I'm going to enter this one here. And I'm going to show you how to play. You pick a captain. That's a 1.2 multiplier. So this is the coin you think is going to go up the most. I'm actually going to pick XRP because it is on a gigantic dip right now. I think it's going to bounce back pretty hard. So I'm going to hit enter game. Well, where is the rest of my team here? Is this just a...
You should have picked all your coins probably first.
It doesn't give me the option to pick the new ones. This might just be a 1-coin game. Maybe that's what it is. Coins 1. Yeah, here it lists the coins. So I want to go one that has more than that. Let me see here. Here's a coin that's 2. I'm going to pick one that is almost done here. So we'll go to this one. We'll do this one that's 7 out of 10. So you choose your captain. I'm going to choose XRP because it's down. Choose XRP. Choose your coins. I'm going to also choose ADA because it's down a lot today. Then I'm going to choose, let's see here. What other coins do I want to choose? Definitely not Barnbridge. Let's see here. Curve is on a dip after it hit a big high yesterday. See how many more I got. And these are 5 coins. I'm going to pick Solana because it had a big dip. I've got some news about Solana I'll share with you guys maybe tomorrow. And then we don't want to pick coins that are pumping right now. Oh, here we go. VeChain's been on a nice little trend here lately. So we're going to enter the game. We're going to click confirm. And boom, it's going to start as soon as there are 10 people in here. I'm going to be the 8th person. So there we go. It's like DraftKings.
Yeah.
For and the prize pool for this one is 100 Matic. So we only need 2 more to come join this one to play. So we're going to watch this a pretty good bit over the next few weeks as we do many of these different games and show you guys how to play. So it's really fun, honestly.
It is really fun and very addicting. And you can do 1 hour, 5 hour. I think there's 6 and 12 hours. There's daily games, weekly games. So there's a lot coming to it as it progresses more. It's just launching out of beta right now. I think it's fully launched on Saturday. So
yeah,
go
it's in beta right now.
Yeah, go
But you
play
can
with
play.
it, check it out. And then there's going to be like timed games too. It's almost very similar to, fantasy sports related games where it's like at noon, this 100 player game's going to launch and you've got a $5 buy-in, but you could win a pretty decent sized prize pool. So the name of the site is
Coinleague.com.
Is it league or leagues?
League. We had to
no
drop
S.
the S because somebody's bought the URL right from under.
So it's coinleague.com. We'll take you directly to that. I'll drop a link in both chats so you guys can check it out. But I think what would be fun is maybe doing like a weekly game on Friday. We start a weekly game each week and come back and check on it and see how we're doing. Or
Yeah, I agree.
Like
I think that'd be good.
easy. But all right, let's keep it rolling.
Okay, Bitcoin Tumble is a mid-filing. Just leave it here. Just move to the next thing. I'll cover ETH in this.
Okay.
There's now an ETF that will compete against crypto. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I would buy the crap out of this in December. You know what I mean? This is not bearish news. A lot of people are saying this is bearish news because somebody came up with an idea to file an ETF during, against crypto when we know there's a bear market that comes every 4 years. So the price of Bitcoin fell Wednesday morning amid a filing for a new exchange-traded fund that will bet against the price of crypto. That is so stupid to think that the price dropped because of this. They're always looking for reasons to say it's dropping, and this is by far the dumbest I've ever seen. Ethereum was also more than 5% down from its price, but still above $4,000 or hovering right along there. We do know that we just had, a lot of, price action on the way down. We had a lot of ETFs that were filed recently and approved recently. The price drop came as Robinhood reported lackluster earnings for Q3, which we all knew Q3 was bad. I don't know why that's anything, special. Here's an article, Why Bitcoin is a Threat to the Planet. This is Scott Chan, also known as an ignoramus. This guy leaves more than 6 pins in the Cracker Barrel game.
Wow.
I'll tell you that much. That guy can't even get it down to 5. What an
low.
idiot. This is the dumbest human on the planet, is what I would say, this guy. So Scott Chan, he moved from China to the U.S. with family at age of 10. I would bet he's still in with the with the CCP, considering he's funding Bitcoin like they like to do. There's only room for 3 or 4 Bitcoin ETFs, says Valkyrie Fund CIO. Definitely not true. We know there's 33 different gold ETFs, or maybe it's 50 something. I can't remember if it's 30 or 50. What's up?
Find out.
Are you leaving? Allison needs you? Okay. I love you still. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Tom Brady giving away a Bitcoin to a fan who got the 600th ball. And not only that, by the way, I don't know if it's in here, but Gronk and another, I think, athlete sent him some Bitcoin too. Did you hear about that?
Gronk? No.
Gronk sent him, I think, $30,000 in Bitcoin, I believe.
So there's over
Or maybe
30,
it was in FTT tokens. I can't remember which one.
over 35 gold E ETFs.
35. Okay, that's the number. So I was close. Ethereum, we got a big Ethereum video for you guys tomorrow. ETH 2.0 is creeping closer with the Altair upgrade. This is big as we're moving towards the beacon chain and merging, merging things into, ETH 2.0. Now, why is this going to be big? Obviously, it moves everything to proof of stake, which makes it free from any critique about being, bad for the environment, which is actually not true because, some people still say Ethereum is bad for the environment, even when it switches over to proof of stake, even though it will decrease its amount of environmental impact 99.8%. 99.8%. That's lower than a bear market, to be honest with you. Brady is the GOAT. Gronk holds Shib. I bet Gronk does hold Shib. I'll be honest with you.
That sounds about right.
Okay. Now, how about this, guys? What about this here? Shiba Inu up over 100% in the last 7 days. I told you guys. This would be hitting a new all-time high. The price went up. Now, if we go back and we look at the chart for Shiba, If we look at the year-to-date chart here, we'll click on year-to-date. I told you guys it has a very distinct pattern, okay, of every time we reach new all-time highs for SHIB, it has one major rise, then one dip, and then it goes straight back up. Look at this pattern back here. Same thing. Large rise, giant dip. Boom, boom, boom. New all-time high. Here it was again. We saw this on October 24th. We saw another rise followed by another dip. So I don't know what this is going to look like going forward, but my gosh, look at that volume. Do you see the volume for this?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So a lot of excitement for Shiba. There were a lot of whales that were buying Shiba last night, and I think that also helped propel the price up. As a lot of people think that they know something they don't. Now, look, I'm going to say this. We own zero SHIB, zero. And we're not going to be buying any SHIB for this bull run. But I certainly wouldn't mind accumulating some of this stuff in the bear market, just from a price perspective. Why would you not? We missed this one. I don't like coins that I totally missed that go up exponentially. We've looked at ones, Luna. We've looked at not having as much theta as we would want. We've also looked at, what's the other one we missed?
Phantom.
Phantom. We missed Phantom for sure. And we've missed SHIB for sure. I would definitely not buy it right now. I think it's really dumb to buy it right now. Because it does have this pattern of having a dip and then a large price spike, but then it's always followed by another dip. So you can definitely wait for another dip. But I mean, why would we not accumulate this in the bear market, TJ? You're not saying anything. I assume you're against that.
I wouldn't put SHIB in the same category as any of those other ones.
No, I certainly wouldn't either.
Luna
but
and Phantom.
The risk versus reward is very high, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, maybe right at the start of the next bull market, like kind of like we did with Doge this time. You buy some Doge knowing it's going to pump, knowing it's going to hype, and then you ride that pump and take some profits with it. But it's not, who knows? It might be a different thing next cycle that's getting hyped and pushed, and this is, just dormant sitting there. So
somebody's saying we missed Algorand, we missed Atom. No, we bought $500,000 of both of those recently in the last 2 months.
Well, we had some of them early
already
too, and then we just added to those positions. So we didn't miss them.
Oh my gosh,
But,
they're showing Elon's cat now.
That's what I'm saying. It's always
comes.
something, and that's kind of what I feel like with the SHIB stuff. Like it is whales kind of pushing the price up, like you mentioned. And they go do a big marketing push across Instagram, TikTok, wherever. Like there were people in the chat saying the Diesel Boys were pushing shit. Like the Diesel Brothers.
The Diesel Boys?
Diesel Brothers. They're huge.
Who's that?
They're big Instagram people. They have a show on Discovery.
Oh,
they're just TV personalities for off road and just different big truck stuff. They're not crypto people at all. So they get big accounts to push it, and all these people hear about SHIB that have never heard it before. Then they go pump it, the whales, they go buy a bunch of it, push the price up. So people think, oh, well, I guess this is a good investment. And then it pumps up again, all the retail buys. And then, then the whales take profits and then it drops like crazy. So that could happen at any point. They might still be using SHIB next cycle, but,
Well, SHIB is the new Dogecoin.
Right.
Elon can't move it anymore, really. So since he can't move it, now they found something else to move and to pump. So. All right, let's see here. We already covered that story. We're way into this. XRP increased network activity, not yet followed by price. Here's why it might be bullish. Ripple investors might face increased volatility according to this on-chain metric. Now, what a surprise. This came out this morning, and then we had a giant dip for XRP. With Ripple remaining in consolidation for the past few weeks, Santiment has provided on-chain data that shows a significant divergence between price action and network activity, which is usually considered a volatility signal. The network activity indicators are usually strongly correlated with the price of an asset. With the rapid increase of the asset's value, traders and investors tend to move their funds more for various reasons, including selling on exchanges, payments, or redistribution. On the network activity price chart, we can clearly witness the movement order between the two metrics. The higher the network activity, the greater the chance of volatile movements on the trading pair. And you guys can see this down here. While these metrics may be useful in determining whether the market is going to face a volatility increase or not, cannot be considered a directional indicator since it does not signal whether an asset will move in one direction or another. Ripple's currently going through a wide array of events that may or may not affect its price positively or negatively. Since the SEC's actions against the company, the value of the coin has tripled, a positive sign for both the Ripple community and the crypto community in general. And it is important to remember that even though, and we talked about this yesterday, even though Ripple has been crushed by this SEC lawsuit in terms of price potential, it still is up considerably more than most other coins in the top 100, or at least in the top 200. It's still a top performer, still up 350 to 400% over the last year, even with the gigantic SEC lawsuit hanging over its head. And remember this, look, guys, it is not a coincidence. Okay, now I want to go back to something because you guys know that I told you that this lawsuit should be over by the end of September. Everyone knows that at this point. It was not over by the end of September. I said it'd probably be first 2 weeks of October. Still not over. Okay. Now, what did we just see? We just saw Uncle Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, come out and say, hey guys, it looks like this is swinging in the favor of Ripple, almost like there's no, at this point, it looks like they're going to win the case. Now, it's kind of weird, isn't it? That all of a sudden, especially knowing something that I know went on this weekend, and now that this comes right after that, I don't think it's a coincidence by any stretch of the imagination. Now, what happened with Coinbase in September? Let's go back to September, okay? You're seeing right now Uncle Brian say positive stuff about Ripple. Activity, meaning they could be getting ready to relist it or have those discussions, okay? Go back to September. What happened in September with Ripple and Coinbase? Does anybody remember? They accidentally relisted the XRP trading pairs. Almost like around that time, they knew it was supposed to be over. It is not over yet. Still, there is paperwork being done on the back end for this. As I always tell you, the T's are being crossed and the I's are being dotted. That is a significant part of what's going on behind the scenes. But there was something else that happened behind the scenes that I'm not at liberty to talk about at this point. But maybe down the road, I can give you guys a little more insight into that. It's a little too fresh right now. But this was supposed to be over already. I'm telling you guys, there's no way this drags on into next year. By the end of November, this will definitely be done. I don't see any way possible. Maybe it could go, I guess, maybe to the middle of December as we are looking at Bitcoin peaking out around that time. It could actually be the last catalyst for Bitcoin to rise before it hits a top. And it kind of makes sense if you think about it. Because if this news came out, let's say the 1st of December as Bitcoin is topping out, that would push Bitcoin to a high, maybe $105,000, $110,000. Then on that news, people are like, oh gosh, I need to get as much Ripple as possible. They start pulling money out of Bitcoin and putting it in XRP. It'll be the number one coin people are investing in at that time. It'll be easy to do. It'll be back on Coinbase. Then what happens? The price of Bitcoin drops, but people aren't worried about it because they're all into XRP and it is going to rise through the roof throughout the next 4 to 6 weeks. After that, meanwhile, Bitcoin will be bleeding off and it will never return back to that high until the next cycle. It will back then. So very interesting stuff here. All right, so let's move on here. New Adobe Photoshop feature to support NFT verification on marketplaces. Adobe will roll out a prepare as NFT option in preview by the end of next month. This is very interesting here. A new feature on Adobe Photoshop will allow artists to prove they're the creators of artwork on NFT marketplaces. Content credentials, as the feature is called, can capture identity data as an image is edited on the software, and store it as metadata. Features optional when the company has launched a website where the credential metadata of images can be verified. Now, this could actually be something that solves a gigantic problem that we have in the NFT marketplace, which is that it's extremely easy to claim ownership of something right now. All you do is mint it and say it's yours. But what if we had a way for the original creator of that artwork to show that it's really theirs? It adds a whole new level of ownership to NFTs. Not just ownership from a buyer's perspective, but ownership from a creator's perspective.
The bigger things I think people are missing with NFTs and where they're going, like something like this. Think about Adobe stock, right? And every image on Adobe stock will be an NFT. You'll be able to secure your intellectual property digitally. You'll get, rewards every time it's used, and a lot of different ways with stock footage, stock art, stock music, basically stock anything. Anything that lives digitally now will be a much easier way for the creator to profit from it. It's great. It's just going to take time for it to all play out.
Should I wear my Gucci suit to lunch today?
Versus what? What else would you wear?
Go shirtless, I guess.
So
I don't have the Lambo today. It's at home. I'm in my truck because I had to take my kids to school this morning. Like, does it look right getting out of a TRX in a Gucci suit?
Yeah, you can't wear Gucci in the truck. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Well, I don't listen to rap in the truck. Only country. You guys know.
So you can't. So you just need to wear
It
the
has
cowboy.
cer- truck
You
has
got to wear
certain
the hat.
rules.
As long as you wear the hat,
The
then
birthday
you're good.
hat?
Yeah, the cowboy hat. As long as you've got that
I
hat
need
on.
I need my cowboy hat up here, by the way, because we have a nice cowboy shirt for me to wear one day on the stream. So,
Oh, wow.
but yeah, this is really interesting. I do see some people saying, what did I see somebody? Keep going up, keep going up, keep going up, keep going up. Oh, so I remember what it was. Somebody said that BlockFi just increased their APY for stablecoins, which kind of goes against something I've been telling you guys, which is they're going to be eliminating stablecoin returns from these platforms. So it doesn't make sense for them to be increasing the APY. But there was a key phrase in that comment that said to compete with Celsius. I think probably they know these are their last days of being able to get this money with stablecoins, which is probably why they increased it. Oh, my dad is calling me.
Tell you happy
Probably,
birthday.
Probably answer it. He's probably calling to tell me that he needs to borrow money. Hey, Dad.
Tell me he's on speaker.
Look, I'm in trouble. I need to borrow some money.
Oh gosh, how much?
$12.96 is all I need.
Oh, one XRP in January.
Yes. Yes. Probably the second week in January.
The second week in January. You guys heard it here first. XRP hitting $12.96 in the second week of January.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Well,
I just wanted to call and tell you happy birthday, buddy.
well, thank you, Dad. I certainly appreciate that. And what's the number one coin you're invested in, Dad?
I can't remember. I think it starts with an X.
Oh, it starts with an X. So okay, I
Yeah.
understand. He's playing dumb.
XRP, buddy.
Oh, XRP. You guys
Yes,
heard that?
and I'm deep into it.
He's deep.
And I don't know how I got that way, but it had something to do with some guy named Ben.
Yeah, he sounds sketchy.
Oh, he is, if you only knew.
Thanks, Dad. Appreciate that.
Yeah. I'll introduce you to him one day.
Okay. He sounds like a real winner.
All right, buddy.
Okay. All right. Love you, Dad.
Happy birthday,
Thank
pal.
you. Thank you,
Love
Dad. All right, bye.
What a day.
What a day. My dad. Now, if you guys don't know, my dad actually
Is
called
that how
me.
your dad spells your name?
Well, how?
Bayan?
Bayan? That's how he calls it.
B-A-Y-E-N?
He says, I'm just a North Georgia hick. That's what he says. He says that all the time. My dad actually called me last year during my live stream on my birthday. That we weren't doing the show. It was just a live stream I was doing. And I didn't know he was calling me. I didn't know what it was about. Well, I assume he was probably calling to tell me happy birthday. And he didn't know I was live streaming, though, because he wasn't watching my channel back then. And so I picked it up. I was like, Dad, you're live on the channel right now. And he was like, I need to borrow money. He was kidding, obviously. But anyways, that was pretty fun. Yeah, my dad's got some twang. That's for sure. So anyways, guys, that's what's going on with Adobe and NFTs. Pretty interesting stuff. Rarible partnered with them, which, we're not really big on Rarible. Rarible is actually where this big problem of people reproducing our NFTs by just copying them and, right click and saving them. That's actually what led, what I think this Adobe problem can solve. So, but anyways, Rarible is kind of meh. We have a ton of better platforms out there than Rarible, but they are making big moves, whatever. A platform to watch out for is Unifty, by the way. Unifty. That's one that you're going to be seeing more about on our channel down the road. So just a little clue there, they're trying to do stuff we've never seen before. Somebody said my dad is Yosemite Sam. What in tarnation? My dad certainly has an accent. Yes, he's from Georgia. Why Facebook's crypto wallet Novi is facing resistance. So it lets users send and receive dollar peg stablecoins, but not hold it, which is quite interesting. The stablecoin market has grown exponentially over the past few months due to numerous advantages, which shows why they're getting involved in regulating it. But when Facebook launched its crypto wallet Novi using Paxos as stablecoin, also remember that means PayPal, some United States senators were quick to oppose it. Social media giant has 2.9 billion monthly active users across its platforms, which is still unbelievable to me. The pilot program allows users in both countries, the U.S. and Guatemala, to download the Novi wallet. What? Did you know you can? Can we download this right now?
Are you in Guatemala?
It says the U.S. and Guatemala.
They said rolling out in select markets before when we covered it, so I'd be surprised, but possibly. They said
Absolutely. Here it is.
There you go.
I'm going to download it. I'm taking the sacrifice. I'm giving Facebook all my crypto data to show that this is an app.
They have.
Well, I just really screwed myself.
They have it anyway. If you have an iPhone, you have Facebook on.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, we'll see what this is about. Sure enough, I can get it here in Atlanta. So, by the way, somebody said, was Facebook supposed to release Libra? Libra got scrapped. They rebranded it Diem, and Diem says, "Oh, we're not even part of Facebook anymore," but they are. So, sketch. Yeah. That's how bad the Facebook brand is. That they're like, well, we're not. No, I don't know them. You know, it's like Peter denying Jesus. 3 times. No, Facebook. I do not know Facebook. There you go. There's your Bible lesson of the day. Novi customers will be funded or custodied with Coinbase, bringing stablecoins to the masses. Definitely some stuff, but there are some regulatory woes with Facebook and with stablecoins. You kind of have here something that's really interesting, which is you have 2 things that are very, very hated right now coming together: stablecoins and Facebook. The government regulators can't stand Facebook. They cannot stand, which I don't know kind of whether that's true or not.
I was going to say, I think that's just as much as the SEC and Ripple and Coinbase and the SEC. Like, you can tell, look at who they're working with.
But they did nix the Libra. I mean,
right. They just didn't want it to compete with the dollar.
Yeah.
Because originally they were talking about a basket of assets. Now they said, okay, it's going to be a dollar pegged stable coin. Then they said, okay, fine. And if you look at who they're working with, Coinbase, they're looking with Paxos. So it's gonna get pushed through. They're gonna whine and complain about it and say Facebook has too much power, but the government needs Facebook to get all this information. That's why it exists.
Yeah. We do know they are moving to metaverse. We're gonna have more metaverse content for you guys pretty soon, by the way. Maybe a few weeks, but be on the lookout for that. European Central Bank appoints 30 members. You can keep on moving. The Digital Euro Advisory Group, which is kind of cool. Well, not cool actually. I was looking at the next story that's kind of cool. But they'll advise the euro system on designing and distributing potential digital euro, central bank digital currency. We all know this stuff is coming. BBVA's head of payments is involved in this. Douche Bank's managing director, imagine being a douche director, is in charge of that. Let's see. Societe Generale is involved in this as well. Stripe is involved with this, including other professionals. Y'all love professionals. I can't stand them. No offense to my professionals out there. We love professionals on this channel. We love our professionals that watch the channel for sure. I'm just not. FTX buys a Super Bowl ad slot to promote crypto to a TV audience of 92 million. Now, they have in here from last night.
I don't think they do.
Did you guys see? What is that? I clicked on an image on accident. Never done that before. Oh, no, another story. Oh, here it is. Did you guys see the commercial last night during the World Series?
Yeah. Pretty cool. The moon is calling.
The moon is calling. That's right. David Ortiz, Big Papi, which, do you know he got shot and killed? And almost killed recently.
Wow.
It was like 3 years ago. I think he like, I don't know, maybe cheated on his wife. Sorry, Papi, you can come on the show, but pretty known fact. I think it was like he cheated with like a member of the cartel's wife or girlfriend or something like that.
Oh gosh.
And they shot him. They shot him. Sure enough, he lived. He survived. But it was, I think it was bad. It was very close. So definitely shout out to Big Papi for surviving that. But anyways, the point is, he's a big star, big celebrity, big person, big personality. He's also a big person. And he said last night in this commercial, he's like, Tom's involved. Talking about Tom Brady. Steph is involved. When's LeBron getting in? I guess if it starts spinning CCP positive, I guess LeBron can jump in.
Oh.
Ooh, sorry, Bron. Saw that. Do you see Enes Kanter?
No.
Do you know who that is? He's another NBA player.
Yeah.
He offered LeBron and Michael Jordan to come to China to see the slave camps with him.
Wow.
Instead of supporting the CCP through, censoring anti-Chinese content or anti-CCP content through NBA. If you guys remember all that stuff that happened a while back, what a bunch of cowards on that front. They speak out about many things, but, definitely not equal opportunity there.
Nope.
But What's that? No, definitely not. I know people that will never watch NBA again because of all that China, the China stuff.
My brother. That's what
Yeah.
did it for him, was all that stuff.
Yeah, it's very sad because there is very sad stuff going on over there. But of course, once I'm not even going to say the joke. We love this. I mean, we love people from China. We love Chinese people. CCP definitely not something that we support in any way, and we'll always speak out against that. Enes Kanter called out Michael Jordan and LeBron, and said, "Hey, let's go look at this, and maybe then you'll have a different perspective of it." So I think he's a Muslim, I believe. The Uyghur Muslims or slave camps up there. But anyway, which by the way, some of the media say none of it's true. None of it's true. It's all myths, and there's documentation of it. But anyways, FTX has a Super Bowl commercial, World Series commercial. FTX is everywhere. They've got logos on all the umpires. Chess saying FTX. They've got signs everywhere saying FTX. Crypto.com is sponsoring all kinds of different things, which you were saying that our people spoke with some Crypto.com people over the weekend at the F1 race, and it was really interesting what you said.
Yeah, they had a really good conversation. They've got big plans in the work, basically saying things are going so well, happening so fast. They're sponsoring stuff left and right. So the F1 sponsorship was a 10-year deal, and they're just getting all this stuff set up, but they're not really activating any of it at all, not doing media around it, not promoting it, but you'll see all
they
of
have
that.
so much going on.
Yeah, it's just happening so fast. But you'll see all of that kick into gear over the next couple of years. And FTX is another one of those. I mean, they had a digital logo on the mound almost, half the games or half the pitches and half the plays, I guess. It was between them and Lone Depot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're going hard for sure. And then Coinbase, I'm sure we'll start seeing left and right. But it seems like we're going to see a lot of Coinbase, Crypto.com, and FTX. They're the ones spending marketing dollars.
Well, I'll tell you this. Speaking of FTX, which Solana is closely tied to, Solana and FTX. I got to be kind of careful what I say on this topic, but this is what I'll tell you. Not to sound too much like Carl from the moon here, but with Solana, it could either go up or down at this point.
That could be said of almost any crypto.
No. Well, yeah. Long and short is, I'm waiting, to see some more information. But we're probably either going to see Solana have one of two things is going to happen for Solana for the remainder of this bull run. It is either going to have a trudgingly slow time moving forward, or it's either going to explode to be, it's not going to match Shib or anything like that. But I think we could see the price. It's either going to, all-time high is either going to be somewhere in the 3 to 5s, or it's probably going to be close to $2,000 by the end of this. There's not a lot in the middle, and there's some things determining that. And I'll keep you updated on what I think is going to happen for that. But basically, Solana might get a green light. The coin may get a green light to move forward much faster than we anticipated. Now, when that comes out, it'll be pretty obvious. So I'm going to keep you guys updated on Solana and what I think about it, because I previously said I thought it was getting a major pullback. It has pulled back, but that could change at the drop of a dime, and I will tell you guys when that happens. All right, let's move on here. 1 inch all-time high. How about that? It surges over 100% to new all-time high. 1 inch's governance token briefly surged over 100% this morning to reach a new all-time high of $8.65. Whoa. Isn't it at 5 right now?
Let me look.
Lost it. Yeah, I think it's at 5 right now. Is at 5.51. It went all the way up to $8. Yeah,
Wow.
You can see the pullback right here on the chart. How about that? Now 1 inch is an aggregator, right? It's a aggregator that's on the blockchain. It gives you the best prices on stuff. Yeah, a DEX aggregator, very similar to BitSwap. I prefer you guys use BitSwap, obviously. BitSwapDex.io basically does the same thing. A DEX aggregator, though, 1 inch picks out cheap crypto prices across DEXs. It's seen its governance token surge over 100%. Do you remember when we kept we were just like, this one's about to go, it's about to go, it never popped?
1 inch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it has just gone bananas.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't move up 1 inch, it moved up a few. The brief but major spike resulted in a new all-time high of 865. Spike from 418 to almost $6 in half an hour. Token then briefly leveled out before surging to new all-time high shortly after 9 BST. Since hitting its all-time high, 1 inch has pulled back slightly and is currently trading at 687. Now it's at 551. Comes a time when other DEX tokens have experienced mixed results in price. Aave also seen its token on a positive run. I mean, when is Aave going to take its turn moving back to all-time highs?
I think we'll see a lot of that right at the very end. You know, a lot of these ones that got a lot of hype and have quieted down a little bit. Everybody's kind of saying, you know, when is this going to happen? Like we saw with VeChain and Matic. Aave, I would put, you know, strong project, a lot of supporters, a lot of momentum. Hasn't seemed to move too much lately. I think right there at the end, we'll see that explosive altcoin rally, and everybody, you know, things like Aave will just snap and pop off out of nowhere.
You know what's interesting to think about is what really kicked off this bull run? DeFi.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll see DeFi kind of close it up.
I think
because DeFi hasn't really been moving lately,
and it all seems to go at once. You know, like when it go, like they'll
you might
have
have one move by itself.
Yeah.
Like I know we saw Synthetics move at some point.
Curve
We have
moved
Compound
last
move.
week. Yeah,
Which one?
Curve.
Curve moved, right? But they haven't been moving together for so long. They were all moving together.
Mm-hmm. So I think we could see that at the end too.
Yeah. Ben Hart is the star of today's show. Y'all making fun of me? I think Richard was talking smack about me somewhere. Somebody had sent me something. He didn't say my name, so he alluded to something that I did and said, but it is what it is. I still like Richard. He can talk smack about me, and I still like Richard. Richard's impossible not to like. Do you believe that?
No.
For me, it is. I can't.
I believe that for you.
I'm so fascinated by him.
Yeah.
Richard Hart's the most interesting person in crypto.
Now that's a more accurate statement.
That's more accurate. Thank you for agreeing.
He's very interesting. Fascinating.
He is the most fascinating person in crypto. Who else would be on that list?
Michael Saylor's pretty interesting. I wouldn't put him in the Richard Hart category. Just intriguing. You know, he gets you like, what's the angle? It's a
I
different.
think if you sit and talk to him for an hour, he's not as intriguing.
Well,
as
it's a
tweets
different
from him.
compare. It's hard to
It
compare
is.
somebody to Richard because he's just, you know, like I would have put, I guess, McAfee would have been in a
For
similar vein.
Yeah. What about BitBoy Crypto?
Well, I guess according to the chat, he's moving right up alongside Richard
Oh,
Hart.
yeah, that's right. I'm moving up. The Gucci
Ben
suit
Hart.
finally got me up with old RH.
Yeah, got your Gucci suit, man. You're half the way there. Just need a few more watches.
No. I was talking to my Nick doesn't like him. I was talking to my golf instructor yesterday, which, by the way, found out right after I left playing golf last time. Somebody came up to him and was like, "Do you know who that is?" Talk to him. And the word of my new neighborhood has gotten out. But the thing is that he said, he's like, can you tell me, is Hex a scam? Like, is it? And I was just like, I don't know. You know, like I say the stuff I'd always say about it. I told him, I was like, I can't pinpoint what it is, other than I think a lot of people know, right? I mean, I think that the thing that we all know that is not said is that Richard owns most of the tokens, right?
Right.
Generally, that's what the understanding is. He'll never come out and say it. He can't say it because of the little rules for Hex that he set up. But does that mean it's a scam? And I don't think that means it's a scam. I mean, he made a lot of good arguments about if Elon Musk sold all his Tesla stock, that would be detrimental to the price. Jeff Bezos sold all his Amazon stock, but he has no motivation to do so. That was a really interesting point that he made that I really, thought makes a lot of sense. Now, we don't believe that the centralized system is the best system. It's maybe not the best to compare to, but what are you going to say?
I was just going to say that's not a very, it's a very different comparison.
I don't think it is.
Well, because if Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos sold all their stock, there'd be massive negative implications. There really would be no negative for Richard.
Like what?
Well, it's career suicide. You're tanking your company. You're
Well,
hurting
that would
a
say
lot
that
of
about
people.
Richard Hart. If he sold all his coins, that would be Hex suicide.
Well, well, how would it? I mean, he walks away with billions of dollars. He'd be perfectly
Well, there's
happy.
probably not enough liquidity for him to sell it all. Number
And
one.
there's also, I don't think you could. I'm sure there's.
What Elon Musk would walk away with billions of dollars if he sold it all.
But I don't think he can. Is my point. I don't think there's stuff in place. You can't just sell it all. It's not set up that way.
Maybe I don't.
That's
Well,
what
Brian
Richard
Armstrong
will
sold
do
25%.
is he'll make comparisons that sound like they make sense, but when you really get into the details,
Uncle Brian was able to sell 100% of his Coinbase stock.
because of the way they set it up pre-IPO.
Okay,
It's a
fair.
very specific type of offering that they did that a lot of people said doesn't make.
So
a lot
how
of
is that
sense.
different? How is that different then? Let's use that comparison. If Brian Armstrong could sell 100% of his Coinbase stock when it launched for billions of dollars, how is that different than what Richard was saying?
Well,
yes, it had special rules and they set up a special way, but that's a gigantic company worth $100 billion.
well, if the whole operation was built on the stock price going up, it wasn't really a company. It was just a token that the value goes up based on people buying it. Like, it's totally different. He's operating an exchange that provides a service, not just creating tokens out of thin air, selling them for money, and then walking away. So totally different thing.
Yeah.
in my
Well,
opinion.
I mean, obviously, when you're talking about centralized versus decentralized, you're not. There is going to be a difference. There is going to be a difference, and I think that's really what we're looking at. But I think it's a good point. I still think it's a good point. I still think that it makes a lot of sense here. When you, especially if you, like, I understand like it's kind of apples and oranges in that regard. But when you're looking at Coinbase, you're looking at the fact that Uncle Brian was able to sell 100% of his. Now he sold 25% of it, if I remember correctly, maybe 10%. Between 10 and 25%, of course, held the rest. His point really fits there. So I think the reason that people hate Richard so much is because he tells it like it is. He tells truth that people can't handle sometimes.
Well, basically, he just comes out and saying more indirectly, he says, yes, it's a Ponzi scheme. I'm just running a better Ponzi than other people.
yeah,
so take it or
I mean,
leave it.
we all sit here and talk about how the financial system is a giant Ponzi scheme. So
It is. Yeah.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying I support it. Like, I'm not saying that like it's what I would do or it's what I want to support, but I think he makes really interesting points. So
Yeah. He's a great arguer. I'll give him that.
he's a very good debater.
Yeah.
I actually people don't know this. I turned down a debate against Richard Hart. I didn't want to do it. It was for Cointelegraph. This was about a year, and it was around the time of the halving. But it didn't really make sense for me to do anyways because they wanted, think about this. They wanted me to take the side of Bitcoin and Bitcoin versus Ethereum. And I was like, first of all, I don't want to really get into a war of words with Richard Hart, which I can almost out-argue anybody myself. But he's very good. He's been trained, obviously, in debate. But also, on top of that, I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist, so it didn't make sense for me to do that debate. But that was a while back. But anyways, I still think he's fascinating. All right, guys, it is time to go. I got to go have lunch with my mom is taking me out to lunch. My wife's coming too for my birthday. Somebody said that Anthony Barzabuzula says Richard is a master debater. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, guys, that's all I got. Thanks for the love today. It's been great. All the birthday wishes. You got to see the wife for my birthday. How about that? The mariachi band was definitely very shocking. I heard it coming down the hall. It was very crazy. But anyways, guys, we'll be back around the blockchain later today. Definitely a show at 3. I think an NFT show today. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.